from day 2 in the Serengeti. We are still in the northern Serengeti today, and we're gonna go over to the Pride Rocks and try to see the lions. I'm also hoping we see some funky birds. We saw some like gorgeous bright blue lilac-bellied something or other and secretary bird yesterday, so I'm really intrigued by those. Last night in our tent, I'm pretty sure I could hear elephants. I woke up to the sound of like a branch snapping, and I'm pretty sure it was elephants that were kind of coming up here to graze, which is kind of crazy. There was also some like rumbling sound, so I'm gonna ask our guide today if it was elephants or lions or what. It's kind of crazy. And then while we were eating breakfast this morning, there was an elephant that was pretty far out, but you could see its back, and it's just so crazy how close they come up here. For today, I am bringing like a change of clothes because it's been cold in the mornings, and then like yesterday afternoon it was like really hot, so I get cold and I just hate being cold, so I'm wearing long sleeves, pants, boots, and a jacket, and then I'm bringing like a full change of clothes, which is like a skirt and a tank top, and a hat and stuff. And I know it maybe is sort of diva-ish, but we actually have this car to ourselves. I think it just kind of worked out that way, that it's just us and our guide. So I'm like, let me spread out in this car and bring whatever I need, and we can like kind of stay out all day.
In South Africa they call them glasses. It's shy. See how they stand to look at us? They're just like, no, these people here. These are velvet monkeys.
While we did see a ton of wildebeest today, the theme of the day was more like big cats and weird birds. You'll see in a second, we saw some vultures who were feeding off of a fresh carcass, even standing on the intestines of the recently deceased animal. Plus, we found lots of lions, so stay tuned to see the big cats too.
Like still like a soup, you know?
Oh yeah,
It's just the inside that is, it's like a drum.
So we made it to the Pride Rocks where the lions were there, but they were resting, which apparently they do most of the day. This is because they have such a high body heat, and fighting for their food takes so much energy that they just rest throughout the hot parts of the day. Because there were 2 male lions up here, we kept referring to them as Mufasa and Scar. And upon closer inspection, one of the lions actually had a scar on its eye. Our guide surmised that they had just recently fought for their food, most likely last night. So we actually had a real-life scar on our hands, and these lions were taking a much-needed break after what seemed like a very intense fight to get their food. These lions are tucked all around the Pride Rocks, so you kind of have to drive around to find them. They are out of view, but they have a complete view of the savannah. So they can really rest easy knowing that they are not in danger. You'll see the lions really panting, and that's because they have such a high body temperature, and the meat that they eat has such a high body temperature that panting cools them down, and they just pant while they rest. I also couldn't stop asking our guide why the lions don't just eat people when they're so close and we're just in these glamping tents. But apparently there are real consequences for if the lions attack or eat a human. Humans' bodies are made of salt, and none of the animals that they eat are made of salt. So when they get a taste of our salty blood, they get kind of addicted. And so those lions that do attack humans have to be put down because it is a risk that they will go into towns and try to find people because of this addictive salty blood. So that, paired with the fact that there's no chase, means that they're really not interested in us. Oh, and look, there's Simba. Oh, I just saw it move, yeah. I said this before in my last video, but I'll say it again. The northern Serengeti is abundant, full of every kind of animal that there is in the savannah. you will find it in the northern Serengeti, and there will be an abundance of those animals. If you're planning a safari and you can go to one place, go to the northern Serengeti. It is unlike any other place I've ever been. It is incredible. We saw hundreds of thousands of wildebeests, dozens of elephants, thousands of zebras. Truly everything is just an abundance in the northern Serengeti. And I don't think I've said this yet, but this whole trip was for my mom's 60th birthday. It was kind of the trip that always seemed a little bit out of reach because it's so far and expensive, and she just like made it happen for herself and me. So I feel so grateful. It's such a privilege to be able to go on this trip. Most of the people who were at our camps and like fellow travelers were on their honeymoon or were having like some kind of retirement party. So it's very standard for it to be like a really huge deal to be able to go on this safari. And I really don't take it lightly. I have so much gratitude for just being able to tag along on my mom's dream trip. And I'm so fortunate and excited to be able to share it with you guys. Which brave soul is going to go first? Oh, we got one? He did a plunge, polar plunge. We came to a smaller wildebeest crossing today, and I do want to let you know there were some casualties that we have on film. I will put a timestamp up for you to skip it if that is something you don't want to see. Now, this was a much, much smaller crossing, so why were there so many casualties? Well, there were 3 very hungry crocodiles waiting nearby. These crocodiles were hungry, and we could tell because they were moving around, they were awake. Normally, crocodiles will either just lay on the rocks or sink down underneath the water, but these ones were active. They were watching the wildebeest try to decide where to cross for probably half an hour. You'll see 2 of them now swimming toward the wildebeest who are about to cross, and that's when we knew we were going to see some sad stuff.
Oh, here comes the crocs. Oh my god, they're going toward him.
The wildebeests finally got enough confidence to cross, but those crocodiles were hungry. And so in a moment, you'll see the crocodiles start to approach the herd of wildebeests. There he goes.
Oh god, there he goes.
Wildebeest do at this point see the crocodile, but it is so important for them to get to the other side and stay with their herd that they keep crossing. Crocodiles kill the wildebeest not by eating it right there, but rather they snap onto the wildebeest and drown it. There we go. And so here it goes.
No. Oh, it sees it. Oh my god.
I don't see it anymore.
It's with all of them. Oh no. It got him.
Oh, and the rest have stopped.
Oh, it's drowning him.
Oh my god. Oh, it opened its jaw.
It released it. Just released it. See?
Yeah.
Pushing it a bit aside. Now it's eating it. It's eating it. Look how it will roll over.
Oh my
Look
god.
at that. Look at that.
Ew.
Just look,
Ooh, do you see the croc behind it?
Walking.
Ooh, it's so creepy. Why don't you stand up, Mom?
Look at that. Look at that.
The weak or
No. In the water, everyone is weak.
everyone's weak.
In the water. There's no one.
Next, or those babies.
Oh, they're baby ostriches.
Oh my god.
Oh, baby ostriches. Yeah, you're
Are
right.
those babies?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
After the death we had witnessed, it was a breath of fresh air for us to see some sweet babies. We saw baby baboons and baby ostriches with only a male ostrich, which is quite rare. The sad part of that being that our guide guessed that the mother ostrich had died. It's rough out there, y'all. It's the circle of life. After all that, we headed back to the Pride Rocks to see if anything was different now that it was the afternoon, and we got to see a lot more of the lions had come out to lay out on the rocks. So after we got one last glimpse of this pride of lions, we went back to our camp to get ready for the rest of our migration tour. So we went back and had dinner, which, by the way, they were amazing with our vegan and vegetarian accommodations, and then the next day we headed to the central Serengeti. We're so close to these lions. Welcome to day 3 of our Serengeti safari. Today we are migrating ourselves. We are moving to the central Serengeti. So it's going to be like a long drive this morning, but it's going to double as a game drive. So we're still going to see a lot of animals. And then this afternoon, we're going to set up camp in a new area in the central Serengeti. So very excited about today. Here's the fit. Got a skirt on today. So we headed into town to refuel, and then it took us about an hour and a half to get into the central Serengeti. While we were outside of the actual park, we also got to learn a lot about the Maasai tribe, who is a nomadic ethnic group in Tanzania that's really interesting and has a fascinating history. I didn't take any videos of the people, but later you will see some footage of some abandoned huts because they are truly nomadic. They will come to a place, use all organic materials to create dwellings, and then when they are ready to leave, they will leave those dwellings there and do the same thing in a new location. While we were here for the purposes of a safari, I find it really important to also learn about the people who you're visiting, and getting to learn about these tribes from our local Tanzanian guide felt really, really special and interesting to me. The rest of this video takes place in the central Serengeti. Now, the landscape completely changed from the northern Serengeti. Now, there are some similarities, like there are still pride rocks and all of the animals are the same, but the numbers are completely different. There's a lot fewer zebras, a lot fewer wildebeest, at least during the time that we were there in September. Now, later in the year, those animals will migrate down to the central Serengeti, but not yet. I found it absolutely fascinating how diverse the ecosystem in a savanna is. We went from being in a tree and shrub woodland savanna to being in a grass savanna. Most of the day looked like these wide open spaces, but our guide heard from another guide that there were 2 cheetah brothers sitting under a tree, so we went to go find them. There's an energy of support and community with the guides because we would have never found these cheetahs if our guide hadn't been informed. Guides really want you to see as many animals as possible, and they work so hard to give you the best experience. These cheetah brothers were so camouflaged and so beautiful. It was such an honor to just watch them sleep under this tree. In the afternoon, we headed to our new accommodation in the central Serengeti, where the night before there had been a pride of lions lurking around all the glamping tents. Not to spoil anything from part 3, but I heard some growls in the middle of the night that shook me to my core. If you're interested in hearing how the final part of our migration safari went, part 3 will include our travel from central Serengeti to Ngorongoro National Crater to Tarangire National Park. We've just arrived at our second camp. I think this one's a lot nicer, so I will show you around. We've got a nice view overlooking this kind of valley area. We've got some hardwood floors, gorgeous bed. We have to use the flashlight to tell them that we're ready to come to dinner. This is our beautiful view and a nice area to sit. We saw some buffalo while we were coming in. And then our bathroom has everything you could need. Nice rain shower. And then a nice vanity. You can't drink the water from the sink, so we have a bottle of water for teeth brushing. So yeah, that's it. That's our pretty room. It's raining so hard right now, and the sun is setting, and we're just watching the Serengeti as it pours down rain, sitting under the beautiful cover of our porch. Cheers! Ready for that?